Okay, so we're back here in the garage, and here we have the part that I'm going to replace first. This is the Volkswagen steering damper for Super Beetle 1971 to 1974, and this is from J-Bugs. Those are maybe about $20–$30, and this is what it looks like. Here we go. And I'll show you where this goes if you haven't really done this before. This will be my first time too, but I think it'll be fairly easy install. So if you have a Super Beetle, there's a cap right here which you just pop off like this, like a little pry bar, screwdriver. And here we have access to one of the bolts, and this probably looks familiar if you already have seen the new one, the new part. So this is how it's supposed to go. This is the same part that's visible here in this hole. And so I'll need to actually lift the front end up, put it on jack stand so I have better access underneath the car, so we can unbolt the other end of this damper, and then come up here, unbolt this one, and then just put in a new part, and then we'll test drive the car and see how that works. So I'm gonna go ahead and lift the car up, put it on jack stands, and we'll go underneath the car. Okay, so here's the bottom view of this steering damper, and here's the bolt right here. This looks to be like a 15mm, but it's not too snug. I tried a 14 and it didn't fit, so I'm gonna try and use the 15mm socket and then undo this bolt here. It'll go on top and undo the big bolt over there as well. So I'm gonna get my so here we have the 3/4 ratchet. Let's see if we can do it from here. First, since the bolt is all rusted, and who knows if it was ever taken out, so I'm gonna put some PB Blaster and let it soak there for a little bit. Oops, hold this here. Here we go. I'm gonna do the same thing on the top as well while I'm at it, and let it soak. So let's go up. Here we are. Just lightly spray it. I think this should be good for now. So the top bolt here is a 17mm. Let's see if we can. See, this one's coming off much easier. I'm just going to keep it like this, and then go back down on the bottom and try to wrestle with that bolt again. So let's see how that works. Oh, there we go. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing here, but it's fairly easy. It's so accessible. So we're going to save this bolt here, since the new damper didn't come with any bolts. So I'm going to save this bolt here. I'm going to clean it up before I reuse it, and then we'll go on up at the top again. So here we are in the trunk again. So I'm going to remove this bolt here. Okay, so here it is. Oh, this one actually has a washer too. Almost lost it. Okay, so we can go on the bottom and just pull it out. Sorry if I'm making you guys dizzy, you know, going up and down all this quite a bunch of times. So here we are. Here is the damper. How do we remove it? Oh, here we go. This way and then down. As you can see, it's rotted on the inside, so I'm hoping this is the cause that it's why I'm having so much vibration in the front. But at the same time, we're still, like, you know, inspecting these bushings, just kind of feeling around, and they seem also worn out. So I'll replace this also. I just want to see if this part alone, having this replaced, fixes the issue with the what's it called, the shaking of the car, and then I'll address this anyways. But I just want to get rid of those shakes first. Okay, so I'm gonna put a new one in there and then put it back together and see how that works. Okay, so again, here we have the old one, here's the new one here, and this seems to be original to the car, but look how busted this one is inside. This one is of course brand new, and see these bushings here, they seem kind of worn. There's a little bit of elasticity here, but it's pitting in. But I'll go ahead and put this one in there and then test drive the car. Okay, so we're gonna go in, and this one has a little notch here. So the one that has like a little indentation or notch, that one I think goes on the bottom. So when you put it in, it kind of has a little bit of clearance from here. So I'm gonna put this here. You know what's crazy? There's no washer on this bolt, and there's no nut on the other end. So I'm guessing that's how it's supposed to go. Not sure. But let me clean this bolt up a little bit and put some anti-seize as well on here, and then we'll tighten everything up. So here we are again in the trunk, and I've already put some anti-seize grease on this bolt, on the threads, and again this was the only one that came with a washer. So we're gonna put it back in there, and when you put in your new damper in a car, it may be I guess contracted all the way in, so you may have to go on the bottom and extend the damper just so it aligns with the hole here. So I've already done that. So I'm gonna put the bolt back in here and see if I can find the hole, center it. We'll just thread it in there by hand, and now we'll use a ratchet. So away. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to add this extension. It'll be easier. Here we go. I don't want to tighten too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on here and just tap it in there. It's fine, and then now we'll go on the bottom and tighten that bolt on the bottom. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm not really sure what my camera is catching on video, especially when I'm at this kind of weird angle. Okay. Can you guys see? Let me know if you guys can see, otherwise I can adjust my camera so you guys can better see. Okay, so this is tight enough. Okay, so that was that, and hopefully that fixes the shaking problem. And otherwise, if not, I'm sure it'll drive better than before, because now we have a new damper in there, and this one, you can see it's like it's pitting. This one's been through a lot, and I'm guessing it's the original one, but I don't know. So I'm gonna put back everything together, take it out for a spin, and we'll go from there. If there's still the shake, I'll see how much of it there is. Maybe this is increased. Maybe this installing this part has decreased the vibration in the front, and if it did, then we know we wouldn't spend money and time on this part for nothing. And again, if that shake still persists, I'll go ahead and replace those bushings. And let me show you what those bushings look like. You probably have seen it by now. So these are the ones that I got. These are the MP polyurethane bushings, and so this is supposed to be much better than the original ones, but I've heard these don't last as long. But I won't be driving this car that much, especially now that cold days are coming. But I'm sure it'll last me quite a while. So the longevity of these shouldn't be an issue for me. And so I'm gonna go ahead and install these anyways. But first, I'm going to test drive this car and see if that new damper fixed anything. Yeah, so if you guys like this video, like, subscribe. I greatly appreciate all the support by liking and subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Let me know if you had the same issue and how you fixed it. I'm wondering, maybe there's more possibilities that could cause this shimmy shake, the vibration in the car, other than what I've mentioned so far, like the damper and control arm bushings. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.